Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in this world. This is Hejin Lee with a morning update. Okay, so I last night put out the alert event for the breakout of the ascending right triangle that I had discussed yesterday morning. And in the short span of time, overnight, prices surged. The initial last night surge was to maybe 9,200 or so. And then it went as high as 94.35, I believe, early this morning. And now it's taking a retracement. It would be not surprising to see, even at this level, people panicking, maybe even panic selling. But I can tell you this, anyone who went short on Bitcoin at these levels are in quite a bit of predicament with regards to emotional, psychological damage. And I think continuing on until at least past maybe 12,000, the buy to cover event by the short sellers who are hanging on still probably now will fuel the flames of the rally, of the trend reversal. So at this point, they are probably thinking this is just a temporary bounce. And the short sellers who are still in the shorts are now probably counting resistance zones. And I think the only real big resistance zone from here is 11,800. And if I was short, I would look for a retracement to buy to cover back again. However, I don't and never have shorted Bitcoin. I don't recommend it. I know someone who lost $300,000 by shorting Bitcoin. That was a very sad event. Good lesson, though. A very good lesson to learn. When you have mistakes like that, it's a learning event. What do you learn? You learn mostly about yourself, your weaknesses, your strengths, and that's how you find your opportunities. So I have updated the waves here. So I think this from here to there is the start of wave one. Wave two is probably currently in progress. It may come down to where that peak was to 92.25 and then continue up. I'll raise this, move everything to the right because time will elapse. And for now, I'll keep 10,084 as the next short-term target. One thing that I want to zoom in on is the actual potential. Let me get rid of some of these markings. Is the actual potential to see another fractal potentially in play. Let me move this one into for now. Way too thick. So I'm drawing a pair of parallel lines here. And there's a decline. And I think there's a very good potential to see probably another parallel line of a flag like this. So we now have, this is a third, this could be the fourth. My goodness. I'll be very tickled if that actually happened. I was very tickled when this happened. Now, remember that fractals are not exact one-to-one correlation in pattern. No, that's silly. Nothing ever goes that way. The fractal is only used for directional, primarily for directional. And there will be many variations, but the overall pattern will still be maintained. So here, I think the variation could be much shorter in duration of each flag. And we could see something like and then to 3. Let me bring the 1 and the 2 here, like that. Now this could shift a little more to the right because time will pass. But again, it's important to see that this is well within the effects of this ascending right triangle breakout. And the minimum of the 9600 has not yet been reached. And I think it can by maybe tonight, tomorrow morning. The sustaining of the volume is very nice. This morning's second volume surge was just fantastic. And the last night's volume surge that took it out of the horizontal line of the ascending right triangle, where the remember the volume had been declining and we got the surge in volume, and sure enough, price followed as well. So the key question is, can we see a fourth repeat of this fractal? It would be amazing to see that, I think. So let's see how the price goes today and tonight. I've got a pretty very exciting announcement coming up later today, so follow me on Twitter and you'll find out. Have a wonderful day.